Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the Space Hamlet, our colony that we've been playing here in Oxygen Not Included in the Quality of Life upgrade. We've been building this out in the Quality of Life Mk2 upgrade, but effective today in the beta branch, they have the Quality of Life Mk2 upgrade, which for the most part doesn't really have a huge number of changes in it in terms of like the total gameplay experience. They fixed a lot of bugs, they did some optimization, a bunch of that kind of stuff. But they did make a few other changes as well in terms of like stuff you can bring back to space, from space rather, to put on your pedestal as extra decoration. The printing pod apparently now can print things other than duplicants, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna need to try to figure that out and see how that kind of works and stuff. But welcome to everyone who's here in the chat. Hopefully we'll have a productive evening this evening. I apologize for missing the stream on Tuesday night. Unfortunately, fell asleep with my daughter and didn't manage to be awake at the time the stream was supposed to happen, so sorry about that. But we'll hopefully get a little more progress tonight, and I am excited to kind of poke around here and see what stuff we have in the new upgrade, which again, I don't think is really going to be like remarkable in the sense that it's going to have a lot of cool new things in it for us to play around with, but should improve the overall game experience. And on the plus side, I'm still playing the old colony here, and performance doesn't seem too bad either, so I think they made some changes to the way they were tackling some of the stuff related to the data of the year, to the way that they were doing the logging, and so that's not causing tons of lag and stuff, which is great too. We can actually play the colony rather than having to start a new one, because there's not really that much that's significantly different. I wouldn't want to have to go back and build a brand new one at this point when we've been making some pretty good progress on the colony that we have. So we'll see how that goes. But let's turn this thing on. I want to see what the deal is with this printing bot. I don't know whether it's going to let me do it now that we're partway. Come on, let me. No, it was giving me a little pop-up, but then it stopped. So let's enable this building. Now, apparently there's like it's supposed to be like food and some like critter eggs and a variety of other things you can print from this. But I have no idea how to go about doing it. Sort of hoping it's going to give me something in here that will help. Undiscovered. More research or explorations. All right, so I wonder if, do I have to research stuff in order to do that? I hope not, because I smashed all our research stations, and if so, that would really suck. Is it very lagged? Oh, I hope it's not really laggy. I lowered my bitrate just a tiny bit, hoping that it would be a scenario where people wouldn't get the weird buffering and stuff that we were getting, or like getting kicked off the stream and stuff. I wasn't sure if it had to do with my feed into YouTube, but if you're getting lag, that really stinks. Printing only appears during normal printing. Oh, so you get an option like when something's printing out to choose something to come with them, sort of thing. That'll be interesting. Or maybe it's actually like in lieu of. So in lieu of a duplicant, it will give us an option to print something different. That should be interesting. I should destroy the food box next to the printer. Yeah, I really should. It's not really doing any harm. I've already set it up so that all of our food's being stored somewhere else. So we've got our fancy fridge set up over here in the CO2 to keep it all safe. But you're right, it'll save a little space. We'll get rid of that thing. See how that goes. So we'll play around with that. There's also, in the furniture, there's the pedestal. And with the pedestal, we can put different things on it. So I'm gonna build the pedestal down here just so we can click through the different items that we can actually put on the pedestal. One of the ones is, I have it in the thumbnail for the stream. It's an old X-ray. So you bring back an old X-ray of a duplicant's hand from outer space, and that becomes something you can put on the pedestal. And I think each of the items gives something like plus 20 decor in terms of an effect. So there's all the food and like random items we can put on it. It may not show it, unfortunately, if we don't. No, we don't have it unlocked. But there are a bunch of different choices. There's like an obelisk that just looks like a block of stone. There's a robot arm. There's an old data disk. There's a bunch of stuff anyway, but you get it from doing rocket missions, and they have a chance to bring it back with them from outer space now, and you can put that on the pedestal as like something interesting for them to look at. In the interim, we can actually put other random things on here. Like if I wanted to put a glossy Drecklet egg on here, apparently you couldn't put eggs on them before, but now you can. So if we want to put that there, we can take the Drecklet egg and stick it on the pedestal. I don't know how much of a benefit it has in terms of decor, but it might look kind of novel. What's with the pause button? Okay, so that's not actually a pause button. That's a new option to set super high priority for something. So let's say, for example, we're going to build... Well, let's build another pedestal, for example. We go into furniture. We choose the pedestal. Oh, no, actually, no. I was in here when I was selecting it. This thing here means, like, do this task as a priority. It puts the whole base into red alert until the task is complete, and then just it shuts off. So if we wanted to say This is the priority item. We're gonna do a red alert until they get this glossy Duplicant egg on there. The whole base goes into red alert. As soon as they get the egg on there, red alert's done. So it's kind of a neat way to get them to solve the specific problem without having to like click on and off the red alert and stay right on top of it. You can get them to just focus on it and tackle it. So there's our fancy Duplicant egg. I don't know if it's gonna hatch up there. I'm actually really curious. Will it hatch hanging there, or will it just sort of drop off? It's getting plus 11 decor for having a Duplicant egg sitting up there anyway. So that's sort of a new little thing there that they've got in the game. The pedestal was already there, but the difference now is that you can put eggs on it. You couldn't do it before. And you can bring back artifacts from outer space now that you can put on there too, which is kind of neat. Now, we're not building a new colony tonight because there's not enough that's significantly different to warrant it. So we're just going to keep building up the colony that we have. The other thing that's kind of neat is if you pick a duplicant, so this is the gamer girls, and you can see over here what her personal needs are, what her urgent needs are, and then the standard series of things that she's going to do in terms of like the list of tasks that she has set up and what priority they're set up for her. So these are the things that she'll be focused on doing. So you can actually see for each of your specific duplicants what exactly they're up to. Now, I'm not sure if you can tell them to just like not to do something by clicking on it. No, actually, we'll send you where the task is. Doesn't look like we have an option to just stop them from doing the task, at least not in that view, but at least you have a sense of exactly what your duplicants are about and what they're going to be around doing. They changed the printer, yeah. So apparently now when the print cycle comes through, we'll have an option to potentially do something different with it in terms of bringing in resources. So I think if I get the option to, I'm going to try and bring in like some shine bugs or something. I'll try to do that. The to-do list is awesome to be able to tune their priorities properly. Yeah. They also changed the pathing of the duplicants, so they're using multi-threading now to try to make it so that they can, try to, like, I don't know, try to control the amount of like system memory and stuff that's being consumed by all the pathing options the duplicants have, because that's pretty much one of the biggest drains in the system, and why the flying exosuits are a problem, because they have so many pathing options that can go. It causes a lot of issues. They also set it up so that with those flight suits now, with the jetpacks, the duplicants will prioritize walking where it's slightly higher than flying, so that when they're using the jetpack suits, they won't. Oh right, that's why I didn't plant those yet. Hold the phone. They won't consume as much fuel. Can I not choose not to plant? Yeah, cancel. Oh, too late. All right, we can save one of them anyway. Not that the plant's gonna die. Well, actually, it's actually handling the temperature okay. 20 degrees to 40 degrees, and the temperature around here is like 36, so that's actually not that bad. Did the coal generator animation change? I don't think so. I have to watch it and see, I guess. I have these ones set up so that they're going idle when there's a certain amount of battery power, so I'd want to watch that and see if there's a change there. I don't think so, though. Not that I noticed. Snowball fight. Okay, so this area in our colony we built out last time. Got it mostly finished. We ran out of like refined metal to be able to make some of these cool sculptures and stuff, and get the big decor bonuses off of those. But we also have a bit of an issue in terms of temperatures and things in this zone. It's open to this lower area where, you know, we have CO2 and stuff filtering down here to just drop down below, but it's really not what you would call luxurious in terms of like access to the accommodation. So we kind of need to change some of this out, make it a little bit better. I don't really need this open per se. I guess we could probably do if we do airflow tiles along here, because we want the CO2 to still be able to go down bottom so we can get rid of it. But I'm gonna need to like change the access to get into this stuff or something. There's not really any reason to go into this room, so I guess I don't really need to access that. Why are you going there? Oh, right, because they dug up the floor already. Why walk when you can fly? I do it the other way around. Waste fuel, but my legs are lazy. Well, the problem is they would burn up all the fuel and they'd get stranded out in space, and you could, like on a rock outcropping in space, and you couldn't get them back in time to save their life. So by prioritizing running a little bit over flying, they'll save more fuel, and then hopefully they'll be able to get back home in time. The more experienced scientists now push away the slower research. Nice. Yeah, they're making all kinds of nice little tweaks and stuff to the game, which is great. Let's mop this business up. We don't need that mess there. Okay, this is kind of a weird setup now. I have this here. I probably should make my access point somewhere different, but I don't know how I'm going to change this around. It didn't occur to me that this looked really ugly over here when we were building it. We built all this up here and really nice, but like down below here just looks awful. And plus, well, we've got actually enough gas pressure down here that we're not really getting any off-gassing from our polluted water, but that could be a problem. So we'll need to figure that out. I also need to cool this whole area down. So our incoming airflow is actually overpressurized. That's too slow. Oh, you're right. I forgot I opened this up. I need more CO2 to flow through here, so let's make this vent bigger. We'll get the chlorine to shift out. Whoops. Get the chlorine to shift out. We'll get a better concentration of CO2 down here. How can I design this differently? I kind of need to move this water sieve to a different location. Maybe under here would be better. So we'll maybe make a platform for it under here. Dig this out. We'll relocate the water sieve so we can clear this out and we'll make a better lobby. And then maybe seal this off and allow for a ventilation area down here so the CO2 can go here, but it'll be separated from the rest of this business. Suffocating. We're gonna get all those suffocation alerts again. Just do wait. This game changed so much since I played it when it first released. Yeah, there's done a lot to it, which I think is really cool. I like that over time the game has evolved and you've gotten to try out a whole bunch of different things. It kind of gives you something constantly to look forward to. I'm gonna be a little sad when they finish with the full-on production of the game and it's sort of in more of a static state. Not because it's not a good game, but because I've gotten so used to like getting the chance to play around with new stuff all the time that I kind of really enjoy it. Alright, this chlorine's not going to get out of here. It's all trapped. How can we get rid of the chlorine? I think if I throw a ladder up here, we can dig all this out. I'm going to have to put like a little jumping ladder system across here. Can't put one there. Well, that figures. We can dig all this out, though. Get a good chunk of it. Yeah, you have enough exosuit dupes going in through the bottom of your colony. Wasn't sure if that was intentional. Yeah, so I have this set of down here we have exosuit dupes. They go out through the bottom and into this lower area. They can get through this door into the cold biome, but they can't get through this door because I have access to this door turned off. So they shouldn't be able to go through there. They can get all the way down to where the oil is and stuff, but they shouldn't have another way to get back in unless something's not working right with the doors. We'll see what happens. Let's deconstruct this ladder. We'll close off this. Hurt your everything today. Big bruise in your knee. Back. Oh, desk diving is fun. Why were you desk diving? I don't understand. Please do an updated video on your oxygen production system. Well, it hasn't necessarily changed that much. I just sort of expanded on the concept. So I don't know that I guess I could. I mean, I could think about doing a whole video on it, but it's not really that different. So my normal system is like this part right here with the electrolyzer and then the pump to grab the oxygen. All I really did was expand it by putting a second electrolyzer in. What the heck? Why is that door open? They don't have access. How did he go in there without access? That makes no sense. I think there might be a little bit of a bug. This being the beta, unfortunately, we might have some bugs in here. So maybe I'll put a lock on the doors I don't want them to go through. Anyway, to expand on this, all I did was I put a second electrolyzer on the other side, and I used 3 pumps at the bottom to capture the amount of oxygen that's coming out. This is all set up the same otherwise, so the single pump grabs the hydrogen and sends it over to 2 hydrogen generators instead of just 1, because we produce a lot more. Otherwise, it's really the same methodology. Aren't dupes with suits on the left side able to come in from the right side if they go through the polluted water reservoir? Let me check. Hold on, let's see what the deal is with this. Choose a duplicate. Oh, okay, it's cool. There we go. All right, so it's random. I didn't realize it would be random. Okay, so we have the option of pulling in a duplicant, which we're not going to do just yet because they don't have living quarters for them. Or we can bring in Joya seeds, and if we get Joya seeds, we get 3 of those. Seed of a jumping Joya. Digging up buried objects may uncover a Joya seed. Okay, so we could bring these in, and if we choose to print it, we can get like periodic equipment and stuff from them now. They've also changed the layout of the duplicates a little bit. The interest used to be displayed down bottom. Now it looks like they kind of moved them up top. So we'll print the Joya seed. That pops out. Did a duplicate come out with them? That looked a little weird. It looked like there was a duplicate that jumped for joy. Maybe they just happened to be near the gate at the time. You got mild frostbite or pre-frostbite. Oh, well, it was pretty cold out, so if you're outside... Saw a duplicate in the exit in the mushroom farm. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. This is sealed. That's sealed. I think the issue is they were going through a door that they weren't supposed to be able to go through. Oh, yeah, there's 2 exosuits right there. Oh, come on. Oh, boy. All right, I gotta figure out what doors need to be locked. So this one definitely needs to be locked. They're not supposed to be coming in from the top, which means now I've got exosuits in weird places. I hate when that happens. It is the beta branch, though, so, I mean, we are going to run into little funny things like that, I guess. Does emergency priority override locked door access if pathing must go through that way? Honestly, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's the same as hitting the alert button, but it's for a defined task, and when that defined task is finished, then they're good to go. What other doors need to be sealed here? Those are both sealed. This one should be sealed. Not that they're gonna have any reason to go in there, but you never know. Duplicates are weird sometimes. Don't think I have any other doors that specifically need to be locked. Oh wait, this one here. It's got to be locked too. Oh, well, that's a small adjustment. Now I've got suits everywhere. We're gonna have to try to get those dropped off. Is there anything that's new yet? Not a ton of new stuff. There are some changes. So they did some optimization sort of things. They made a change to the printing pod. So now when it comes up with the option to print something, you get the choice of one of 3 duplicants or a random resource that you can get printed out, which is kind of neat. So just sort of another way to get resources into your colony that's... I mean, you can't plan for it because you don't know exactly what you're going to get. But it is a way to get another resource in there. There's some items you can put on the pedestals. A few other tweaks in terms of, like, researchers prioritizing the faster or the better researcher over the lower skilled researcher. When you click on a duplicant, you can see the list of tasks and their priority and what they're doing urgently. Yeah, is urgent need is to relax at the espresso machine after going to the bathroom, apparently. I mean, that urgent thing seems to be more about, like, what's on the schedule kind of thing. Alright, we're gonna make a little hopscotch over top of this thing. So we can chop up that dirt finally. I should probably swap this out for tiles as well. Let's get planting the Joya seeds. Well, I kind of want to get these things a little bit... we can put it, let's see, what's the Joya? Oh, temperature 0 to 100. Oh, that's pretty good. Increases decor. How does that compare to Buddy? Wait a minute, does the Joya seed not have any air pressure? No, it doesn't. Oxygen, polluted oxygen. It doesn't have any actual air pressure requirement either. That's a pretty good plant. That's awesome. Which reminds me, actually, I wanted to put some more of these fancy arrow pots in here. Now that we mined up some more diamond, we should have enough for a few of these. Good times. Is there a build this thing now button added today? No, not really. I mean, there's a button that's sort of like emergency in terms of priority. So there's this thing right here. You can set it as like an alert. It turns on the red alert and everything. So duplicates that are sleeping will be woken up and what have you. So it kind of is like at the point you choose to build it, you're setting off an alert at the same time, and that alert will be active until whatever you've asked them to do is finished. So I guess it kind of serves that purpose, but I need to mop up this mess down here. I've been letting this polluted water just kind of sit here. This needs to go. Clean up all this. Don't need water input output for those showers slash bathrooms. Depends which ones you're referring to. So these ones here, I haven't set up the plumbing for them yet at all. The duplicates aren't ready to move in here yet. So yeah, we definitely do need plumbing. We're gonna use a water sieve to take care of that. Same as we did for the other, but we're just not at the point where we have that yet. It's kind of an in-process build over here yet. Okay, so this water sieve we're gonna set here. Kind of need like a second sieve, so I'm gonna need one to handle the plumbing that's here. Plus we have this one here. I want to move the one that's here out of the way so it'll stop producing nasty stuff. So maybe, where's our plumbing layout right now? I could build it up here, I guess. Send the plumbing stuff, all the dirty plumbing out to the sieve, and then pipe it all back in again. If I put it down below here, I'm going to end up with like a lot of crisscrossing pipes, so that's probably less than ideal. Unless I stick it down here. I can't decide what to do with that. Maybe I'll build a spot out here. So the ladder is not... Well, this is actually... There's our water flow coming from above to feed down into the lower area. I guess we can stick it right in here. We'll dig this out. This will be where we'll set our second water sieve. That'll be refinement. Make that out of gold. It's probably going to overheat a little bit. So we'll set that one there. This one, the lower end of things, I need to add the plumbing in and the plumbing out. And that's also going to need power. What geyser do you find so far except the polluted water one? So I have a cool steam vent. I don't know if we found a natural gas geyser just yet. Actually, I probably should take a look. We've kind of been digging around a lot of places. We might actually start to see some more vents and things, but... Or maybe not. Oh, we have this one here. So we have a water geyser here. We have a polluted water geyser. I have a cool steam vent. No natural gas yet, unfortunately. It'd be nice to get my hands on one of those. No volcanoes, which I'm going to count fortunate because they tend to produce a crazy amount of heat. And while they can be useful, it takes a lot of work to set them up to make them particularly usable. So this is our cool steam vent up here. Don't see any other... That's the polluted water vent. No other ones at the moment. But we're still expanding outward, so there's going to be opportunity there still. Did they fix the container collection bug? There's a really long list of stuff that they fixed. So here's the stuff in the update that they fixed. It's kind of huge. I don't want to read through the whole thing because it's kind of a lot. But this is all the updates in this update. It is a lot. So these are the new features at the top in terms of things like the printing pods, that new priority system, adding the screen for the duplicants, added a new tab for errands for buildings, other objects coming soon. Eggs can now be placed on pedestals, new artifacts, that kind of stuff. It'll tell you if duplicates have long commute time for the activities that they're working on. And then like a lot of this stuff is like bug fixes and optimization. So there was a lot in this update, just not a lot that's shiny. Just sort of a few things to kind of add to the play experience a little bit, but the rest of it is really more about quality of life of the player as opposed to quality of life of the duplicate. Let's deconstruct this. Take a look at our plumbing overlay. Get rid of all this plumbing. We're gonna get rid of all this excess pipe. We'll break that out. So now we've effectively relocated that item. That takes that out of this area. Joe versus the volcano round 3. We haven't found a volcano yet. The top cold biome had 2 vents in it. Did it really? This one up here? I don't think so. Depends what you mean by top cold biome, because oh, there's one right here. So there's something here. This one's a geyser. Or a vent, steam vent or whatever. Yeah, it's not like a... Not the lower geyser. So there's that one, and then there's this up here for the cool steam vent. Yeah, it was actually masked because of the temperature. Can almost see what it is. Almost, but not quite. So we should probably dig into that at some point and try to figure out what it is. Just right along the ladder, there's another one? What am I missing here? Oh, right here. Oh, wow, look at that. All right, that one looks like either one of these geyser type of things or potentially a volcano. Actually, I should be careful. That's right along the ladder. I don't want them building that. Cancel that. Good old volcanoes and stuff. Okay, so as they empty those pipes out, I can break those off. This is going to be a really ugly lobby for these guys down here. Kind of feel a little bad for them. Aw, puts away the sacrificial knives. Is there anything cool happening to the colony yet? What's the plan? Well, tonight I kind of want to work on finishing out this this building area over here. The big catch is going to be trying to cool this space down, I think. It's going to be a bit of an adventure. In part because airflow, like we've got such good air pressure now that it's actually hard to get good airflow. 20 to 50 degrees. All right, let's put these, we'll put mirth leaves in now. If I did this right, I would just do copy settings. Alright, because the mirth leaves can take the temperature. Whoops. There we go. Those are all set. These are pretty... Actually, these are... I mean, the apartment's a little bit crowded, but they're pretty decked out. Been up for years. Hi, Dylan. I think I saw a bar of neutronium in the cold biome above the base possible geyser. Was that of the 2 that I already marked in the cold biome? Or are you talking about a different one? Don't see neutronium here. It was over here. There was some over here and here. This one's got a really, like a really narrow base on it. Oh, actually, I guess it's the same size. Seems small. Good old geysers. I have a feeling those are going to be more trouble than benefit, to be honest with you. Okay, so I need plumbing now. We're going to use insulated plumbing because it's going to get a little bit on the warm side. The water that comes out of this system, we need to send it back into our colony. I'm going to go up the right, or up the left side, rather. Oh, boy. This actually might be tricky. I've got a lot of bathrooms here. This is going to take a lot of water. All right, so we'll run the pipe all the way up to the top. And we'll split it this way. The tricky part is going to be having enough standing water in here to actually service all of these things at once. That's going to present some challenges. And then this bottom one, I guess, is going to get the priority feed. That's all right, though. Sibylline, $2 super chat, because I love her as your stream. Thanks, Sibylline. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you for the support, as always. Welcome to the stream. You would LOL if it's another source of water. Oh my gosh, I know. We have so much water right now. Build an air conditioning loop with the air in the new bedroom and the cool, and then send it back in. Yeah, I'm going to need to, like... I kind of want to build, like, an air conditioning unit out here, and it has to be gas that I'm going to cycle. Only because we're going to have so much piping related to the plumbing that to try to use liquid would be kind of a pain in the backside. So this waste pipe is going to come down here. And that's going to feed into this. And then we need exit pipes for all these. Alright, so those are all plumbed in. Now we also need an overflow, which is going to be tricky because I have a triple layer of pipes here. Quadruple, actually, until I break these down. I should probably deconstruct this stuff to get it out of the road. Okay, but I can actually just drip it down into this lower basin, I think, without any real issues. So, in this spot right here, actually, I'm going to cancel this pipe. We'll instead put in a pipe bridge. Like so. That will just go to a little vent that will sit like right up here. And then it can just drop straight down into the well for any kind of overflow that's needed. This is going to need wiring. This will just go up and over. Get rid of the excess and save the metal. Shower overflow should go into second-class suites shower inputs. You get to wash yourself in the filth of your betters. It's bad enough they actually just cycle the dirty water around and shower themselves in their own filth, but when you're getting your neighbor's filth, that's even better. Nothing says high-end apartments like showering in your neighbor's filth. Let's make we have one more comfy bed to make in here. I forgot I hadn't finished this out yet. Okay, so I can actually fix the ladder here now, because this was kind of a mess. Okay. Good old lag. But the one next to the ladder is a normal volcano, the one before is probably natural gas or cool. Well, I guess we'll find out. If it's a volcano, that's kind of a problem, because it's sitting in a cold biome, and that's not really ideal placement. All things considered. Okay, let's deconstruct buildings. No, not backgrounds, but regular buildings. Get rid of this ladder. We can finally finish this floor out. And put a proper door in here. We'll make that door out of gold, because, you know, why not? Okay, what do we have for refined metal? Liquid, consumable, organic, agricultural. What's my refined? Oh, there it is. Duh. 350 kilograms or 1,200 kilograms of tungsten. That's not really going to cut it. Ooh, printing bot's going. Let's see what else this thing will give us. Choose a duplicate. It says duplicate, but we're also going to get, instead, 3,000 kilograms of sand. I guess that would be all right. So, like, I guess this is like their concession to making things theoretically permanently sustainable. Like, if we can have just random extra resources come in. Oh, there's like a little pod that pops out and drops it off. That's neat. Can't wait till you get to playing I Am Bread. You want to hear me rage, that's all. Feel bad for the dupe that has to sleep next to the outgoing pipes. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, they kind of run like right through his bed, don't they? It's okay, they'll be hidden. We're gonna get down here. Oh yeah, I have no incoming oil. I forgot I was gonna set this up too. Okay, so one of the other things we need to work on is getting oil out of this oil reservoir. So, while they're building up there, we can get some of this going. It should be in... What is it in, actually? Utilities? Yeah, oil well. Alright, so we'll make... Oh, man, it's got to be a gold or... Well, we make it a tungsten. That'll work. Alright, so we have our tungsten oil well here. This can be deconstructed, because frankly, there's nothing down here left anyway. I don't know what the oil well... Does the oil well have an output? I have never used the oil well. In all the times I've played the game, I've never used it. Affects crude oil, heat, auto outputs enabled, disabled, water pumped in oil reservoir cannot be recovered. Well, that makes sense. There's a liquid intake pipe, but not a liquid output pipe. So, hold the phone. No, stop, stop! Cancel that. I think I still need the pump down there. Don't forget the oil puts out natural gas sometimes, so you might want to seal it in. Oh, okay, that's probably a good thing too. Don't want to stank up the joint. Okay, so I think it's just going to like dump the oil in the space out here and probably out this little tap and then... Or something. And then we have to pump it out of there, I guess. So good times for that. Over here, we're going to need a ladder so we can put our liquid pump in, because this is the water we're going to use to pump into this thing. Hopefully, this doesn't cause any issues, but I think they have exosuits over here. Save building a pipe bridge. Alright, so we'll put our liquid pump there. That's a good amount of water there we can snag. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's a jumping Joya with a larva egg in front of it. I thought that was just like some sort of weird new critter or new egg or something, but apparently not. But we'll still need access. The dupe is required to release the gas when it builds up the pressure in the oil well. Okay, so it's below carbon dioxide right now, so I guess if the natural gas filters up, it'll end up somewhere in this level, right? What's a good way to catch that? I guess if we build... If we build a wall like right here, the natural gas should get trapped in this space, because I don't think it'll be able to go underneath the CO2 that's sitting down here. Plus there'll be like a layer of oil and stuff, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I've never played around with this thing before, so this will be a first for me. It's practically a new item as far as I'm concerned. Joy plants need to be able to put hats on them and do hat tricks. That's like a little party cactus. Okay, I think our plumbing is done here. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we need an input flow. That's easily accomplished. We can just tap in directly right here. We'll feed some water into our system. That's going to take a while to fill up. Did you ever make those noodle sweaters? Noodle sweaters? Oh, you talking about Durgan's sweaters for her snakes? After you say my name like that, you finish with yum, like those Red Robin commercials. Polani, yum. That just sounds weird. This is really ugly down here. I don't like this setup at all. I need to change this around. But I need this CO2 to go places that it's going to be reasonable. Okay, so... I don't know how I want to seal this off. I mean, I guess I could just do like this and make this weird little well area here, I guess. It's a little wacky. I suppose we could change that around later once things are kind of all sorted out. We can destroy all these ladders here. We don't need these now. These can all go. Get rid of all our excess ladder construction. Not that we ever lack for it, but I don't think did I have a bottle emptier here anywhere? I do. Yeah, this is set for polluted water. Okay, good. All right, good. Oh, okay, you weren't talking to me. I get it. Hard when I just glance at the chat and catch one thing. Why don't you build a box with gas pump and dump it into your natural gas room? You mean down bottom there? Well, I'm doing that indirectly. It's not necessarily sealed, right? Because I left the one side open where the pump is. I don't really want to have to relocate everything. I don't think I can actually build right next to this. Oh, maybe I can. Put a little door here. Oh, no. Can't put a door there. This will basically accomplish the same thing. This is going to box it in this room and here, and then I can put a pump in here, because this is full of CO2. So the natural gas is going to want to sort above the CO2, which will result in natural gas at the top and CO2 squished at the bottom. So it should be fine. If I break this out, get a little bit more A little bit more oil. Oh, it didn't run down at all. Never mind. Ooh, this drained out quick. That's not great. I kind of need them to go in here and push the water over. Create like a spillover effect and try to roll it back down to where it's doing a really good job of like holding itself into like separate little ledges, which is not at all what I want. Need to dig out a bit under the well and place it on mesh tiles so it doesn't end up flooded real quick. Oh yeah, I guess there is that because it's gonna dump it out, isn't it? Like I said, I've never built with this thing. Can you even put mesh tiles? Oh yeah, I guess you can. And then I think we'll extend the ladder downward here. Actually, we'll extend it all the way down to here. I'll create like a convenient spot for all the oil to dump into. That will let me get all this. We might get a little bit of oil. No, actually, there's not really much there. And then maybe I'll move the pump down. We'll stick it down here. Mighty McCheese. Doing all the hard work down here. Still didn't make a way to bring the slickers to base. They do. You can use traps actually. If you go into is it in food? Yeah, you can use the critter traps for them. They increase the melting temperature of the plastic, so it holds out a little bit better. Ah, look, there's two of them there now. So you use these to trap them, and then you bring them back up. Check the temperature of the abyssalite down there. Sometimes it's going to be over 500 degrees Celsius and flash the oil into sour gas. Oh, good times. Ooh, it is sitting right on top of that, isn't it? 78.5 degrees Celsius. It's 500, well, 1,500 down there. Up here it's only 78.5. Yeah, even still, maybe I shouldn't put it right on the surface. Avoid any excess sour gas production there. Actually, that little boost there will give me enough so I can dig up to here, too. You can wrangle slicksters if they're tame. Yeah, you just can't wrangle them when they're in the wild. There's no no option. Okay. So I can work on that. Where's the nearest cold biome here? I was going to try and go for like a natural cooling system, but I think I might actually have to use something different. What temperature is the oxygen coming in here at? 20 degrees. I mean, that's not bad, but I just don't know that it... Like, even if I run a ventilation pipe all the way through here, I think it'll heat up too much. It's not cold enough. So that's not going to work. We could build like a hydrogen pocket up here. Cool it down. And then just cycle it through some piping. No, they're using the showers already. Let's check the plumbing. I don't even know how this is going to all work yet. Ooh, that's already all fed, so we need to disconnect this. It's make a little bit of a mess, but that's alright. Come on, break it quick. Come on, before the system backs up. Let's go, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then we'll repair that. Perfect. That should all work fine. Temperatures out here are 35 degrees, so it has gotten cooler. It was like in the 40s, so it is cooling down a little bit with the incoming airflow. It's just not a lot. And the showers, unfortunately, can add a little bit of heat too. Pretty good pod gives out option to print seeds, metal, and animals now. Yeah, it's sort of random what it gives you. So you get, similar to the duplicants, you get your choice of 3 duplicants, and then you get this other random item that's there too. If you get the incoming O2 down to about 10 degrees Celsius, you can usually manage to keep temps around 20 degrees Celsius in the colony. Yeah. Well, I have it coming in on... where's that line that's coming from? So it's coming from this supply over here, which only has 2... 2 Weezeworts in it right now. It's coming out of here at about 16 degrees, and then it's heating up as it gets all the way across the base. So it's like 20 degrees by the time it gets over here. If I could find another Weezewort that we could put into play there, aside from the one that's out here in space, because I don't want to go after the one that's in the vacuum, then we might be able to cool that air down enough. I could actually create a longer loop and use it for base cooling on that side over there. Oh no, I trapped the duplicant. Whoops. Mistakes are made. Alright, mesh tile. Let's build that as a priority. We kind of want to get them out of there. Surrey's got a lot of oxygen, but we don't want to leave it in a place where they're stranded there for too long. Raise the middle Weezewort in there, they become more effective that way. Yeah, they do, yeah. Because they draw in the gases from the bottom and release them from the top. Pump the air at the bottom, cool, and then pump it back in. Yeah, the hard part with that is that as pressure builds up inside the base, you can't inject the cool air fast enough. So the air that's coming in is actually cool enough already. The trouble is it's not coming in on a constant flow. And in the absence of that constant flow... Oh, seriously? Just deconstruct this thing. In the absence of the constant flow, it doesn't cool things down enough. It's cool right at the point where it's coming out, but it never gets really a chance to spread out and take care of everything. So I need to create a different cooling loop for that. Oh, there's a joy seed down there. Alright. Oh yeah, I was gonna look for another Weezewort. I thought there was another cold biome I saw that had one in it. There's one right there. There's a wart seed right there. And they have a ladder to get to it, so I can actually plant that thing. Sweet. Okay, so we want to go up to here. Let's deconstruct this. Ever so slowly, apparently. Come on, you're killing me. Long commutes, is that a new alert? Yeah, so it's actually it's not so much an alert as it is like a status thing, like telling you that you have duplicates that have a long way to go. It's supposed to be like more around like efficiency for the duplicates, so you're not sending them on super long job tasks and stuff, but sometimes they just gotta go where they gotta go. Kinda want this built quickly. No, I haven't gone after the geysers yet, Midnight Rose. I'm worried. I'm focused more instead on trying to deal with cooling down that new living area so that we can make use of that. Printing pod lighted up again. Let's see what we can get out of here this time. Choose a duplicate. They might have to relabel that. 3 Drecklet eggs. Bring them on. It's actually kind of inconvenient. I need the eggs to be over here. All right, let's build a storage for them. Actually, yeah. Build a storage basin. We'll put Drecklet eggs in there, and then once they move them in there, I can just dump them on the floor. Why the Weezewort on normal tile? Why not airflow tile? Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. It doesn't really matter so much, I don't think. Because these are drawing in air at the bottom and putting it at the top anyway, which will feed it into the bottom of the Weezewort to go at the top. It probably wouldn't hurt to have the cold hydrogen cycle through that spot, so we'll switch it out. Uh-oh. What happened there? Why did that tap out of power? That's unusual. Ooh, it did it again. Huh, that's not great. What's the threshold on this thing set at? Don't go down below 50. Otherwise, I'm giving too much energy away. All right, this will be our Wheeze Ward. We'll plant that. Since when can you get Dreklet eggs from the printing bod? Since today. In the new Mark II beta, there are a few little changes. That is one of them. It's not going to be just eggs. So you get a choice of the 3 duplicants or some random items, and that could be anything from like resources to eggs to critters to stuff. So it just kind of gives you a few extra things. Fresh Dreco omelets. I'm in problem-solving mode. Yeah. It shouldn't have been tapping out that far, but I think what was happening was that I was allowing the power level to drop too low, feeding into the broader system, and then it wasn't having enough power to bridge the gap between when the hydrogen generator was running and when it wasn't. So adjusting that by 10 points, I think will take care of it. We'll just have to see if that keeps shutting down. Yeah, the printing pod did become pretty redundant after a while. That's kind of neat. I mean, it gives you like a little bit of additional resources. It's not enough that you could like have your whole colony survive on what it's producing, especially since you don't know what you're going to get. There's even like food you can get out of it. But I guess we shall see what kind of neat stuff we manage to snag. We've gotten like seeds and Dreco eggs so far. Okay, that's... They must have stored those things. Where do they store them? Okay, let's set this for... Critter eggs, specifically Dreklet eggs. Priority 8. Let's move them all into here. Then we'll dump them on the floor. I think actually they might have run some of them off to the kitchen, so they might have already been getting ready to make some omelets. When do you decide to use one type of power transformer over the other? Well, it depends on what I'm trying to do with it. So, if I'm using like a multiple bridging system of power where I'm producing a lot of power in one place and I need to break it down subsequently into smaller power amounts, then I would use the large power transformer. So this carries a load of 4 kilojoules. Versus this one, which handles 1 kilojoule or 1,000 joules. So if let's say I was gonna take an incoming power line that has a lot of power, and I'm gonna split it into 3 other branches. I could use this, and then use individual power transformers on those other ones. It's not really a necessity, to be honest. Or if I'm gonna use a branching power line to power something that takes a lot of power. So. Like, where's that arcade machine? The arcade cabinet takes 1.2 kilowatts, so you can't use the smaller transformer with that one. You have to use the larger power transformer, and then I would run it that way. So anything where you're going to be drawing power over 1 kilowatt on the line you're branching off, you want to use the large transformer, and anything less than 1 kilowatt, kilojoule, whatever, I don't know what it is. Electricity's not my thing. Then I use the smaller one. Slow mod time. Release the eggs before they break. Yeah, I don't even know that they loaded them up yet. No, there's 8 in there. Okay, so we can shut this down now. I don't think they had enough time to even put them all in there. There might only be... How many eggs? It's only 1 Dreklet egg, I think. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 4 there. That's good. They're free! Oh! Oh, okay, that is our farm. Our ranch, rather. Man, we really ran out of hatches. I kind of need hatches to come through now. I should build a hatch farm in this place. Did they plant my weasel yet? Yeah, okay, that's planted. Temperatures now. Still coming out at 16 degrees. 14. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. This doesn't seem to be doing a very good job. It's coming in at 49. It's coming out at 15. So, I mean, it's cooling effectively. I'm just not sure if it's dropping the temperature low enough for me to use it as a cooling agent. It's like there's no tomorrow hatches breed. Yeah. Well, we have the stone hatches down here. I think the trouble is they're not really being fed. Like a silly number of statues I put in there too. One spot of blue in the new bedrooms. Well, not even blue. It's like green. And that's just where the vent is. So the air that's coming out is coming out at a nice temperature. It's just not coming out consistently enough. I actually should draw gases off the bottom, maybe. If I pump the oxygen out of here, where could I put it? I might need like an oxalite system down here just to consume oxygen. Because if it could move enough air out of the bottom, it would allow more air to flow on the top, which would allow the cooling to happen. I don't think it's gonna be a thing though. Let's try something else. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna build a little airlock seal here. And then I'm gonna build a room. Oops. Like this. I'm gonna set up a cooling system here, I think. If I could fill this up with like hydrogen or something of that nature, and then pump it into... Oh, what can I put it in that's not gonna break? So we have the thermal regulator, right? Like we can run a gas pipe through here to cool it consistently. The trouble is it tends to overheat and then it breaks, which is kind of a problem. And we can make it out of gold, but it'll probably still break. Okay, so if we have this in here. And then let's say we have an output line. I'm curious to see like how effectively this will actually cool. All right. I want a mechanism that will actually pay attention to the temperature of the gases that they're coming back and determine whether to cycle them through the regulator again or send them out just like directly back into the line. So I'm gonna need a gas shutoff maybe. Yeah. So hold on. Let's use a temperature sensor on the line. Clock sensor, gas element sensor. Wait a minute, where's the oh, here we go. Gas pipe element sensor, germ sensor, thermo sensor. So we'll put a thermo sensor on the line like right here. And then right here we'll put a pipe bridge, which I couldn't see the direction of because I'm half blind. There we go. So we'll put a pipe bridge like right here. And on the other side of this, we'll have a gas shutoff. So the idea will be the gas will come in, and if it's too hot, it'll send it through the regulator to cool it and back down the line. If it's not too hot, it'll just send it on its own little closed loop and send it back down again. And then somewhere along the line here, I need to put a pipe bridge that just creates perpetual motion. So maybe right down here at the bottom. So we cancel this. Throw a gas pipe bridge in here. And this will force it to keep moving even if it's not connected to the regulator. I've never played around with this before, so I don't know if this is going to work. It's going to be pure experimentation. No gas shutoff needed. The ports on them behave like bridges, so if you continue to input gas pipe through the bridge into the output pipe, turn off the thermal reg via automation, and it bypasses. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, perfect. Awesome. That's a good idea. All right, so we'll shut this down. plug that in, and then automation wire from here into our regulator, and we'll need a base underneath the regulator too because it's just sitting up in the sky right now. Okay. I don't know how effectively it will cool because this produces a lot of heat, so it will really have to see whether this actually works or not. And then we're gonna need to inject some gas into this also. Anyway, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. Man, look at them go to work. These guys are effective. Output pipe needs to carry on past the input, then be bridged off into the output pipe. No, it needs to branch off the input. So it'll get to the input. It's going to prefer to go through the bridge. But if this shuts off the regulator, it instead will take the alternate route down to here. The question will just be whether I end up with a trapped loop of stuff up here that's hot, while cold things, or well, or cooler things rather. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Polluted water loop in the bathroom and cleaner to cool room. Yeah, the polluted water could be useful too, actually. If we had a cooling room. I mean, I don't really have one set up yet. I need to find more... Move the bridge to after the input when you get nothing trapped. Hold on. Like over here? Well, no, I need it to take the alternate route, though, if it shuts it down. I don't know, I need to experiment with it. I can't visualize it until I get it running. If you filter with hydrogen and use cold water and radiant pipes, you can keep that room pretty stable. Yeah, the tricky part is going to be, so I'm going to be cooling a room to cool some gas to cool the... it's going to be like a whole chain of cooling things. That's the only catch. This is 32 degrees, actually. Even keeping this room at 32 would be perfectly acceptable. Like, instead, if I took the piping that's in here... This is a little wacky. If I take it out here and send it down, then I can send it into this room and use it as a... use it as a cooling medium for this space. It's not going to keep it cold, but I don't need it to. I only really want it to be... I only want it to be, like, reasonably temperate. Oops. Like that kind of thing. You put steam turbine above the machine. Those are great for deleting heat. Well, the trick with the steam turbine is that it won't do anything until it gets to, like, some pretty exceptionally hot temperatures. I'm gonna see how this works. This isn't something I normally play around with, so usually I just handle cooling through cooling the incoming airflow, but my base is getting so big, and the air pressure is so strong in here that I'm not getting good airflow into my base. So therefore, I'm not really getting good cooling. I mean, this side of things is actually pretty nice. No issues over here at all. It's really just this. And this is in a hotter biome also, so it's kind of like double whammy. Yeah, cooling loops to cool cooling loops. Pretty much. I'm gonna need gas to put in that pipe too. So I'm gonna have to capture something that I could use for there. Hydrogen would be best. Choose duplicant. What do we got this time? Oh, we got a hatchling. In time, it will mature into an adult hatch. Come along, little hatchling. Somebody wrangle this flying guy. That's, I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. Oh, there he goes. Somebody get him! I'm sure you got this set for hatchlings. Hatching hatchlings. Hooray! CrypticFox reached a new level of base complexity. Yeah, yeah. Radiators instead of central air cooling. I approve. I'm kind of doing both, but yeah. we'll see how this all works. I'm not sure if it's going to be cooling enough. We'll have to see. Best explain I can give. The input of the thermal regulator acts like a bridge. So if you carry the pipe on after the input... Oh, does it? Okay. Okay, so we don't need that then. Said I pretty much never use this thing. So we can deconstruct this. And we'll just do like a split around it, basically, right? Cancel that. Cancel that. Alright, so we connect it in this way and then just branch it off that way. Cool. And then I can actually move this sensor too, I guess. Where's my automation thing? This can be closer. Oh, they already built it. Of course they did. Okay, automation. Oh no, it's in ventilation here. Gas pipe thermosensor could be right before the input. Like so. Automation wire there. And then connect it like that. We still need to input gas to it, but we might need a bridge where it goes to the output pipe just to ensure flow direction. Oh yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I think I've already got it built there. Hold on a second. Gotta go really weird overlay. Okay, hold on. Let's cut this out. Throw a pipe bridge here so it doesn't confuse the flow direction, and then like so. What a mess. Hopefully this all works. These guys are really slow building. Never get tired of seeing little faces of the dupes while they work and do stuff. That was genius of Clay to give them such personality. Yeah, it really is. They add a lot to the game just by virtue of that personality. Maybe 5 kilograms of steel will drop to the printing button. That would be nice. I would not complain about that. Now if we could drop like 500 kilograms of steel, that'd be even better. Okay, I don't need this door here anymore. We can deconstruct this. Actually, what did I just tell it to do? Buildings. Okay, good. See if we're duplicating some time going in and out of this space. Ooh, it is a little hot there, though. Like 4 degrees hotter. And maybe I'll hold on. We'll leave the door until we cool it down a bit. I guess I need to empty these polluted water bottles. Who's doing that job? Who's supposed to be emptying stuff? Okay, cancel disinfect. Disable disinfect. Stop cleaning this thing. Set that priority 7. Bridge needs to be on the pipe that goes past to input so that we have now the output can backfeed into the input again. So, what? Incoming gas flow comes in. You said this, the regulator should act like... The regulator should act like a gas bridge itself, right? So it will feed through unless it's not. In which case it'll take the alternate route. I prefer to go into this and then I'm not sure I see the problem there. Food decay. Where's the food decay? It's not from these. They're sitting in CO2, so they can't be decaying down here. It's got to be somewhere else. Maybe seeds in the wild somewhere. Insufficient oxygen generation. I don't think that's true. It seems to be okay to me. I mean, I'm not 100% certain, but it looks all right. New Clay update. Pokemon with little critters. All right, I wonder how to build this. We can rework this if it doesn't work, but I want to see what happens. Okay, I need gas to feed into this thing now. So we have... I mean, hydrogen would be ideal. I also need power. Let's see. This is only feeding a couple of things. So actually, this is an ideal power source right here, because I won't overtax the system. We can send this all the way down. Feed that into here. Is there anywhere that I have a flow of gas that is good cooling that I can put in? I think I really need hydrogen. Oh, what's going on here? That's why I'm getting insufficient oxygen generation. Why did that stop? This is run on the same settings for probably 150 cycles, and now it stopped. Okay, that's not good. They must have tweaked something else in the settings, because, like I said, this has been 150 cycles this thing's run, and that's the first time it's shut off on me. How am I going to feed this in here now? I mean, I might be able to prime it with on the manual generator, but I'm not sure. See what happens. Probably deny that. Get that going. Seemed like the update may have messed with your settings a tiny bit. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's maybe with a couple things, actually. So, this I had at 40, the same as the one above. I should probably turn it up just a tiny bit. Get it up to like 50. Let's check it. Is the other one still running? Yeah, this one's still going strong. Okay, so I'll tweak that up to 50 and see how that is. So there's an issue with the doors that they can get through even when they don't have permission. Looks like we have an issue here around the balance settings on these two, so we'll see what happens. Set this at a 7. Somebody go spend some time on the treadmill, get this thing going again. It's got to be really hit and miss for a little bit because I needed to get hydrogen generation before it's going to actually get enough power to do anything consistent. This is all full of hydrogen. Oh, I'm sending hydrogen into the base. Because these are not running at all. There's not enough power here. Alright, hold the phone. No, blast. I need... You know what, I'm just going to disconnect this for a moment. We'll get these off of that power grid. So it can focus just on feeding this. Why is this running? Oh, it's connected to the larger grid. Okay, that's fine. Oh, woe is me. How about you break the wire there first? That'd be great. Stop trying to charge up the suits until we get more power going here. Wow, what a hot mess. Okay, put this on auto, and then disable these buildings until I get actual oxygen production. This is going great. I swear in this game I spend more time running around putting out fires than I do actually making real progress. Good lord. God forbid they add actual fires to the game, and then, man, am I in trouble. Okay, so those are all shut off, so it should now power this instead. Do I have water? I don't have water. That would be another problem. This thing must have shut down. Okay, so where do I have another incoming water source? I have tons of water. It's just a question of where I'm grabbing it from. Alright, this has fresh water in it. That is not connected to anything, though, at present. Let's break that off. Man, this is the trouble with making a convoluted water system. I got too many places I have to run piping. Okay, so I'm gonna take the piping that's here. We'll set this for priority 8. We'll have them run this all the way across. Actually, I kind of need this to go underneath the floor, but they won't be able to reach it. God, this is inconvenient. Okay. That flow is going to that side. Oh man, my garden's not getting any either. Man! Alright, this sucks. Okay, this is gonna be really sloppy, but I need to go up and over this thing. And then I need a pipe bridge to go down underneath it. To then crisscross over and go up. Oops. Oh, jeez. Are you kidding me? Cancel that. That's got to go all the way across the colony. Connected to this line. And that's all priority 8, so they'll focus on that quickly. Fox is just really faithful to the name. Faithful to the name, oxygen not included. No kidding. Here I am getting all smarmy about, oh no, we're producing lots of oxygen. This stupid alert, it doesn't know anything. Meanwhile, my system's not running. Go me. What do they put these stupid alerts here for? I don't need to look at alerts. Yep, super smart. Make temperature plates out of ice over the reservoirs. Yeah, I could do that too. I mean, it's kind of a roundabout way. I have this door sealed so they can't go up and down there. I didn't want the exosuits to be crossing into different areas. Now, mind you, they're not powered right now, so it's kind of a non-issue, but... there's also not an exceptional amount of ice sitting down here right now. The thing is, like, I had an overflow set up here, so when this thing was running, it would have a flow of water that periodically would run down this gap, dump into the lower tank where we were cleaning it and using it for our system. Trouble is, this is currently idle, and it's going to be idle... Next dormancy, 10.6 cycles. So, it's active now, it's just not overflowing. Because I'm drawing water out of it faster than it has an opportunity to. That's great. Well, isn't that a thing? How if I send the water through there and then run it down the ladder to... Oh my gosh. Oh god. Instead of using this sieve, well, I actually need this one because it's feeding water into our garden system here. It's feeding polluted water into the garden system over here. Oh boy. We have a lot of water sources. I just don't have them set up to capture everything right now. Need more pipes? Oh yeah, always more pipes. Need a bridge. Got the water to go the right way in the air generator. Well, actually, it's okay if it splits and goes each way. So if it splits and some goes up, it will feed into this, and and half goes down, it will feed into these. Because I actually need to water my garden also, otherwise our food supply is going to start to drop. Use the door bottom of the tank on a water sensor to open a door when the lower tank is too low. water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Yeah. I mean, alternatively, there is... Like this one up here, if I could tap into that, send it down. I don't know. Feeling indecisive right now. Some of that water down there, so it's doing something useful. Rise letting run food, water, power, and your stress keeps rising. Just like on a hit. Well, I mean, my stress is low, but at least for my duplicants. Generally speaking, they have it pretty good, but this is going to be a bit of a hassle. Oh, what's going on up here? Oh no, did I run out of refined metal? Insufficient gold. We need gold. Where's my, let's make some gold up here. Give me the gold. Connect all the pipes together, maybe something will happen. Yeah, it's liable to just get all confused. Fewer pumps. If I had, so I set up most of these pipe systems a while ago when I was doing a variety of other things. Some of the piping I have going one way with like more going back the other. So like this garden section of pipe is going over all the way across the base to feed this thing. And it's not even running right now. It's already max pressure in this room, so this can't even run. All I needed was hydrogen in here so that our Drecos could regrow their scales, but I have a whole bunch of dead water just sitting there right now. If I could connect that... No, it is causing a little water confusion. Alright, this is all fed. This is producing oxygen again. We have oxygen down here. Okay, we can enable these buildings again. Still snow with the super chat. My dupe survives another cycle. Hi, Fox. Thanks for the super chat. Still snow. Appreciate it. And yeah, your dupe is still alive. Lovely enough. Did they both just turn on the same machine? There we go. Alright, this door can be locked again. Okay, that's all running. It's not optimal up here. We got a little bit of water confusion, but... could be worse. Let's put a pipe bridge on here. Try and improve our water flow just a little bit. Choose a duplicant. What we got now? Oh, more Draclet eggs. Okay, this pipe could be... I was going to deconstruct it. I was on the wrong thing. Good times. Indecisive water, yeah. Okay, liquid bridge, liquid pipe. Deconstruct. There we go. Good lord. That's vaguely better, but I still have the same problem actually right now. Let's for right now, we'll deconstruct this. That loop over here is just not doing anything at all at the moment. Yeah, that'll fix it. Okay, better. Much better. Wish water / gases and pipes behave like reality. Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, it just does kind of require a little bit more thoughtful planning, I guess. I have this really weird... This whole loop doesn't need to be here. I'm going to deconstruct that. I have plenty of hydrogen in that other space. I just don't even need this anymore. Let's mop all this up. And then we can set the plumbers into getting all this stuff into bottles. All this piping. I'm going to get rid of some of this excess piping. Start to clean things up a little bit. That plumber's got a lot of work ahead of them. Someone start heating the copper just in case. And the molten copper wave. Is the new update just for beta? I always get confused. Beta is an alpha and an early, yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's in the beta branch, yeah. So if you go into the properties, so if you find oxygen unincluded and you right-click and go to properties, and then click on the betas tab, on the drop-down, the one you want is the QOL2 testing, and that'll get you into the beta. Draco Tube needs his own apartment. Why are these stifling? Body temperature. Oh no. Oh. That's why I wasn't using that water directly. It's hot. I forgot about that. I just killed my plants. Just pumped 52-degree water in there. Oh, boy. What kind of piping is this? Those are regular liquid pipes. That's not even insulated. Oh, man, I'm so smart. I'm so smart it hurts sometimes. Good lord. All that work to keep the temperatures down in the middle of my colony, and I just obliterated it in one move. Whoops! I thought those were all insulated pipes. They're definitely not. No duplicate deaths, just some plant deaths at this point. Pre-cooked, yeah. YouTube Law, you must be annoying to have lots of subs. Is that how that works? Clearly I'm doing something wrong. Just want to dig the overflow drain tunnel into 3 high so the water can reach the ceiling and cause a waterlock. Yeah, I mean, not that it's really accomplishing a lot, but you're right, yeah. If we make this one higher, it won't seal itself off. The issue is more that I think I've been pumping the water out faster than it's actually coming out of the polluted water geyser. And this is actually going idle in a few cycles too, which isn't great. I can't believe I did that. Oh my god. I killed several rows of plants there, but I feel like we have a decent amount of kilocalories, but that's gonna go down quick with 25 duplicants. Welcome to my world. If you want to grow your channel, you need to develop some really annoying idiosyncrasies. Oh man. Can't win today. Isn't that, it kind of goes that way sometimes. I feel like every time I come in with a plan for what I want to tackle, I always wind up spending my time focusing on things I didn't really plan to do. It's kind of inevitable. At least it feels that way sometimes. Is this still producing gold? Yeah, it is. Okay. Do you normally manage to keep that much oxygen in your colony with just one spawn? I have 2 of them, actually, but yeah. I mean, I have 25 duplicants, so they consume a fair amount of oxygen. But I normally have a colony that's this color most of the time. I mean, every now and then something goes awry, like running out of water or something. But this one produces a fair amount of oxygen, and then I have a secondary one up here that's producing oxygen as well. So it's not just one. It's more like it's 2 of them with one being half-sized. Hey, Mason. Drop some polluted water into the lake from above. Well, I disconnected that now anyway. I actually have it feeding from the other side. Don't forget my exosuits. Oh yeah, I gotta wire those things back up again, don't I? Thank you. Let's throw these back on here. Get them charged up. This all seems to be running well again, so it's fine and dandy. Let's disable this so nobody tries to jump on it. Oh, we got a water spill down here. Forgot about that. Clean up on aisle 6. Look at all these empty water bottles. This thing's drawing in like just little bits of water. That's not really going anywhere at this point. The air pressure's hot. Literally, it's cooking your plants. It's not even the air pressure. It was the hot water I sent in. I piped water in through an uninsulated line. Because, you know, I'm smart that way. Oh, boy. So the air that was coming through these pipes was acting as a coolant before. It's now 33 degrees. Why so hot? It's coming in at 14. It's coming in at minus 19, minus 25. All right, that's pretty cold. Minus 15. By the time it gets over to here, it's... Okay, whoa. Okay, now things are cooling down again. It's hovering like right at that 30-degree line. Alright, well. That'll cool things down. It's just going to take a little bit. Bummer, bummer, bummer. One uninsulated section of pipe. Just sank the whole thing. Last stream did say you wanted to use the metal refinery for gold production. Yeah, I did, but we were in the middle of starting to set up oil down bottom here, and I kind of got distracted by other things. The reason I'm not using the metal refinery down here is because it doesn't have an incoming flow of oil right now. So it doesn't have a coolant. Until I get that set up. Oh, actually, I need to dig this in here. Until I get that set up, I can't actually... I can't use that refinery. Here. Oh, look at all this wonderful water we got down here. Okay, so we need a liquid pump at the bottom of here. Made out of gold. We need a liquid bridge. Like so. Extend our wiring down as well. There we go. Maybe once they get all this built, we'll actually start to get some oil production out of here, and then I can start to use that refinery again. What on earth's the water doing? It was creating like a weird waterfall. It was skimming across the top of the oil and then dumping down into the bottom. So the water behaves a little weird in this game sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean pretty much all the time. Is the recipe bug thing fixed? You know, I don't know. I thought I heard that it was. There was a notation in the patch notes about it, I thought. Let's see. World simulation. Food recipes once again show food quality and effects. Elemental recipe descriptions simplified. Recipe screens more generous about unlocking recipes. Now shows recipes if any ingredients has ever been discovered. Okay, so hopefully that means the recipes will look better in the stovetops here. So we go find those. Yeah, there we go. We can see the recipes again, which is good because it'd be nice to like go into here and say stop doing this now, so I don't have to pay attention to it anymore. Same thing with this one. Get rid of that. At least it's fewer alerts we have. Omelets I still want when we have the eggs handy. Pepper bread, stuffed berries. Stuffed berries I don't want. Because that uses... That's actually a pinch of pepper nuts it's using. I guess it's not that bad. 515 kilograms of pinch of pepper nuts. We're probably okay to keep making those if we end up with the berry options. So it's nice to have that fixed again, so we can turn those off and get rid of some of the alerts and stuff. Might want to fix the water leak in the oil area before you have a big waterfall. Maybe. I mean, I have that pipe set up to filter it out anyway. So it's going to grab the water, and it will send it up, and then up here there's a filter that, or right here, will take it out and sort it. So that only oil makes its way up the pipe. Oh, there it goes! There it goes! I've never actually set one. This is the very first time since this thing came out that I've bothered to make an oil well. Every other time I've always just grabbed loose oil. Back pressure 2%, using 0 kilograms of water, emitting crude oil at 0 kilograms. That's looking super productive so far. Oh, no. telling you, this game kills me sometimes. Just kills me. All right, it's jammed. I've got polluted water in the line because there's a bunch of polluted water down here by the pump. I don't have a filter set up because why would I want to do that? That might make sense. I don't make sense. You make sense. All right, I'm gonna need a liquid filter. Gosh, this sucks. It's basically just looping water around. I did not want to have to filter here. This is just excess power. Alright. Fine. Be that way. I want the oil to go in, and then the rest of the water... just join the flow. Let it filter itself back out again. What a nuisance. Deconstruct this. No. Pipes. There we go. It's always something, I'm telling you. Very first time I set this thing up. Block off the water. It looks like it's working, but it's not really doing anything. Cheetah, almost like cheating but faster, that's right. That's really frustrating for you, but it's nice to see I'm not the only one who catastrophically messes things up. Yeah. You know, the funny thing is, like, in the early part of the game, I have a pretty consistent pattern for how I build stuff out, but the later you get in the game, the more erratic it tends to get. Because I start to build things in more random places. Okay, this liquid pipe needs to go. Oh. Don't go away! Come back, build this thing. And I also need somebody to empty all this. Oh, not that. There we go. Okay, empty all those. I want this to be set for not polluted water, just regular water. Oh, there's our waterfall again. All the water I just pumped up there is coming back down again. Where is that dumping? Oh, I'm dumping it out over here. How is that even getting over there? Oh, we got a leak coming up top here. This stuff's turning into water. Ah, well, whatever. It'll pump it back to the other side, I guess, so it'll keep it contained over there. A pain in my backside. Back pressure, 13% now. Okay, we can cancel up here, because this is all clean water now. Cancel that. Cancel those. Cancel those. Cancel that one. Perfect. Okay, we got it. Good lord. Still not using any water. This very last one's got polluted water in it, right there. How many dupes have contaminated the water source? Oh, plenty. Keep slogging around in it. They're making a mess. Having a good old time. Come on. There we go. About time. Using 25 grams per second of water, emitting 83.5 grams per second of oil. All this oil is draining out too, which is good. Set this for priority 6. Oh, I already have it 8. That's fine. They can build the wall there. That's all ready to run. Finally, we have a flow of oil going back up. Took a while, but we got it. We have a small amount of plastics production going on here too. The incoming flow of petroleum is so low that it's actually it's only running one machine because the way I have it bridged. Let's change that. Oh, I can't do that. Over top and down. And then deconstruct this line here. All right, I should hopefully sort that out. Good lord. Okay, what about up top here? How's our cooling going? This is all built. Okay, I want this to be, if the temperature is above, I don't know, whatever. It's above 0. And turn that off. I do need an incoming gas flow. What can I use? There's carbon dioxide here I could snag, but that's not terribly good as a cooling agent. I really should try to get hydrogen. Which means I need a water flow and another wonderful oxygen producing system. Gosh, this is going to be awful. Gas pump. We're gonna need a wall in here. I don't even need a ladder that's tall, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna need a incoming pipe flow. So we'll throw a liquid bridge on here. Run insulated water into this thing. We'll need an outcoming gas flow out of here to feed into this machine. And then we're gonna need power for this whole ridiculous mess. This is like a lot of work just to do some silly cooling system. Yeah, I know it didn't cancel the top ladders. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Can you pipe hydrogen from the Dreco farm? The Dreco farm's so far over, it's not really realistic to send it all the way across the base. Why not use the hydrogen that's already trapped to the right of the pipes? Well, the trouble is there's so little of it. Like right here, there's 1,600 grams of it. So I'll only get like a tile or two worth of hydrogen in this whole pipe system. I need to fill this thing up so that it's almost full in order for it to do an effective job of cooling. So I actually need to produce a lot more hydrogen than what this can make. So what I'm going to need, the trouble here is I'm going to have oxygen production in here that I'm not going to be using. this whole thing's awful. I wish there was a way to put like a tap directly off of this to take the hydrogen off instead of having to recapture it from the atmosphere that you kind of release it to. Makes me sad there's no nitrogen. Actually, the chemistry and physics in my head are constantly screaming when I play, watching me play. What's wrong with this guy? I think my storage might be full. They're leaving all this bomb lily sitting on the ground up here. Survey says the temperature up here is actually not that bad. It's right around 30. 33, 36. We could have duplicants move in over here. It's not so hot that it would be scorching. Just go mad and make pipes everywhere. We've kind of already done that. We have pipes everywhere as it is. Like, look at our liquid pipe layout. It's kind of all over the place. And then if we look at our gas pipe layout, it's kind of all over the place. We got pipes, don't you worry. Just kind of need to fill that room with thermoregulator and it with hydrogen too. You can use the canister filler emptier to get hydrogen in there though. Well, yeah, yes and no. You're right, it would do a better job of cooling, but this is only coming in at like 35 degrees anyway once the piping is built. Which I need to do now. No, not the wire. Stop that. Cancel deconstruct. There we go. So the water that's coming out of here is like 30 degrees. So it's not really cooling per se, so much as it is just like mitigating the heat increase. My whole point isn't really necessarily to keep that room cold so much as it is stop it from overheating to the point where it damages the machine. So hopefully that will be enough to accomplish it. I don't even know whether it will or not, but I guess we'll find out. Considering their groups are breathing pure O2, they must have some really strong lungs. Yeah, well, I mean, not even just strong lungs. Like, they need to... You would think to function properly, they need an appropriate mix of, like, oxygen and nitrogen, but... It's just a game, I guess. See, it's going for $21 US on this game. Yeah, it goes on sale periodically too. To be entirely honest with you, this is the best 20 bucks I've ever spent. I've had so much fun with this game since I got it. I mean, we've been playing it for what? I feel like it's been like 2 years now, I think. And there's been so much change and iteration over time with it. I think that's one of the things Clay does really well. I mean, not only do they listen to their fan base and then try to build games that are fun and interesting, but they support them over the long term. I mean, they have this one that they've been adding to over the period of 2 years, and granted it's been early access, so that's part of the process. But they also have Don't Starve that they've been supporting since like 2013 or whatever when it was originally released. And they're still adding content for that too, which is pretty neat. Started this playing after watching you and enjoying your streams. Awesome, Andrew. It's such a good game. I saw someone else play it first. I was like, oh man, that looks like a lot of fun. I really want to try that. And then I kind of really got into it. Now it's probably, I think I've spent more time on this game than any other game I've ever owned. Oh, that flow of oil really dried up quick, didn't it? This thing just does not produce oil very quickly. I guess that's alright though. We don't really need a ton. Although, it's a little iffy on the, Oh no, it's okay. It's actually drawing in like little bits of coolant and then putting out more of the combine. These up here are getting little trickles of petroleum, which are letting them run slowly so they're not overheating too bad. So far, so good. Just need them to do this up here for me now. Yeah, I thought about it. I see you playing it now. I want to play it too. Yeah, it's really a fun game. I think part of the things I like about it is that there's not like one solution for anything. I like the fact that it gives you the framework to build a variety of different solutions. You can be as like simple or as complex as you want to get in trying to solve your problems. So, strat games your favorite genre? Yeah, I like. I tend to like things like strategy games. I'm not necessarily the best at them, but I like strategy games. I like tycoon style games. I like simulator type games. Those types of things. And then there's just a bunch of like oddball ones that I like to play I like to try out and do different things with. So you'll see like on the channel there's often a mix of stuff that I'm playing. Like there are some core games that I play regularly, like Oxygen Not Included. And then there's often like just other games that I just kind of pull in that I try out. I figure most of the time if I'm going to be trying the game out myself, I might as well make a video out of it and upload it and see what people think about the game also. But so I've had a lot of fun with a lot of different games. Please play Prison Architect, thanks. Durgan, I have so much, I have so many games now. It's getting to be crazy. I actually got, I got a code for Astroneer 1.0, because the 1.0 update, it's finally coming out of early access. And that's coming out, I think, on February, I want to say February 5th or February 6th. I can't remember the exact date. So I have a code for that to play it in advance of the 1.0 release. And they're adding in like 7 new planets and like a bunch of other stuff. So I have that I want to play. I've been playing the new Subnautica Below Zero, which has been a ton of fun. I think I'm already at the point where I've finished the portion of the game where they actually have the built-out story, and now it's going to be more like exploration and stuff, the way that I tended to play the first Subnautica. So there's that. I want to play some more Don't Starve. I'm obviously going to keep playing Oxygen Not Included. I want to finish out The Long Dark. You know, there's just, it seems like a never-ending parade of games that I could be trying. Are Atmos suits in their slots now? That's a good question. I don't know that they are. The ones down bottom where we had these all filled. Oh, well, that one's mostly filled. Somebody left one on the floor, so let's deliver that suit. Okay, so we have that set of suits there, and then up here... I don't know where the suits are. Oh, they're actually wearing some of them. So I think they're okay, depending on how many suits are sitting here right now. Okay, you guys aren't going to deliver the suit? Thanks. That one suit. How many suits are here? Atmos suit times 1. Yeah, there's only one suit sitting there. Okay, so I need to send a delivery of a suit all the way up top here. Why does this not have power? Oh, man, I ran out of coal. It's always something. Cerberus with a super chat. Any plans on trying I Am Bread? Oh, yeah. Durgan actually sent me I Am Bread as a gift on Steam, so yeah, I probably will end up trying it. I can see that being enormously frustrating from what I've seen a little bit about the game. And please, Fox, I want to see you become toast. Yeah, see my patience become toast is probably what's really going to happen there. But yeah, I'm going to end up trying that. RimWorld is a request that I've had a bunch of times, and I really should try to dedicate some time to playing it. The people that supplied the desk that I use, Anthrodesk. Oh boy. Welcome to beta. How's that for timing? The people that supplied my desk, Anthrodesk, they actually like RimWorld, and they were asking for me to play that as well. So I really should try to get in and do that a bit. We're actually pretty close to midnight right now, so I think in light of the fact that a black hole just ate my colony, I'm probably going to call it a wrap for tonight. We'll come back on Tuesday. We'll play some more Oxygen Not Included. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be playing Hollow Knight. I think we're... I don't even know what percentage we are into that game. It's so huge. But we're going to be playing some Hollow Knight tomorrow night. On Saturday night, I'm going to be playing Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. Having a lot of fun with that game. If you like games that are like a combination of role-playing and like XCOM style combat with the turn-based stuff. How is there still alerts? I don't know how that works, but whatever. And then next week, of course, we'll have our normal stream lineup and stuff set up as well. But thanks everyone for coming to hang out this evening for the stream. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Appreciate the super chats and everything tonight as well. I'm as always CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.